Patriots kick off their preseason against the Washington football team. Head coach Bill Belichick had previously stated that Cam Newton is the starter until further notice. But we'll find out in a few hours who will start and how the snaps will be split up. So, Sal,
What?
does Cam have anything to lose tonight?
No. Bill Belichick said he's already the starter, and that's for the regular season. That's for the real games, not the fake games. Like, the fake game is not going to undermine Cam Newton being the starter for the New England Patriots. So Cam has nothing to lose tonight. You know, the combine mindset, in its purest form, should be you go out there and it's all credit, no debit. We already got your game film. We already seen you play. Now we're going to see you in some T-shirts and some shorts. And if we see anything that makes us think more of you, we'll count it. If we see anything that makes us think less of you, we won't count that. You know why? Because we already know you can play the game. Cam Newton, we already know that you could play this game. We know that you had some trouble learning this system, in part because you just got here, in part because you caught COVID right when you were starting off fast, and in part because we didn't have any weapons. So now Bill Belichick is not stupid. He already said you're the starter. This is a fake game, so Bill ain't taking this for real. Now, Mac Jones, go out there and improve and show everybody that you are something to be reckoned with at the NFL level. But if you're Cam Newton, you could throw the ball backwards all game. It's not going to hurt you. The only thing that will hurt you, and this is being real like a coach's mindset, is this. I got to make sure you're in our playbook, run our plays, make sure we don't beat ourselves. This is all about discipline. This is not about performance. Guys are going to go out there and start fast and look good, and some guys are not. But this is not 4 quarters of real football. This is just a situation where I want to make sure everything we've been talking about and preparing for, you're still on pace and learning.
Bill Belichick said that Cam Newton was the starter until further notice. Tonight could be the further notice.
Did he?
I don't think he will be. Tonight will be the further notice, but it could be. Cam Newton definitely has something to lose tonight. Why? Because of what you said.
What's that?
Cam Newton had several reasons he didn't perform great last year.
Yeah.
And not a ton of reasons were his fault. Full transparency. Marcellus Wiley said that he just got here. Marcellus Wiley said he got COVID. Marcellus Wiley said he had no weapons. All of those things are true. I co-sign all of these things. Well, here's the issue. He no longer just got here. He no longer has COVID, and he now has weapons. So all of the excuses that Cam Newton has are now gone. So, Big Dog, if all the reasons that Cam Newton struggled are no longer reasons to struggle, then he no longer has a reason to struggle.
Oh, I got one.
And so I need to see you go out there and ball. The other reason Cam Newton has a lot to lose tonight is the last time we saw Cam Newton against winning teams, the last 3 times against winning teams, he was 0-3. 58% completion percentage, a collective 362 passing yards, a collective 0 touchdowns and 1 interception. Over the course of 3 games against 3 winning teams, that's an average of 120 passing yards a game. That's an average of no wins. That's an average of no touchdowns. And his team got outscored 24-82, if I am not mistaken. So the last time we saw Cam Newton for the Patriots, he was sorry. So Cam Newton, please just do something to remind us of who you are. You said Bill Belichick knows Cam Newton is good. You know Cam Newton's good. I know Cam Newton's good. Cam Newton is good. He just ain't good in the Patriots uniform. So what we need to see is Cam Newton play well in a Patriot uniform. And if he don't do that tonight, that's something to lose.
Man, Bill Belichick is not sitting there thinking that. And I know that that's a strong way of making Bill Belichick look at it differently, but that's not going to work in this situation. Because everything I listed that you repeated, you forgot one thing. You can't use tonight as a measuring stick.
Why not, sir?
Because it's not real. Think about it. It's not 4 quarters of starter versus starter.
Yes, sir.
It may be a couple of series. Let me tell you what a couple of series... First, let me tell you what preseason and a couple of series can look like and misguide you and mistake you into thinking something that it's not. Preseason, my God. I remember the year I had 13 sacks. You know how many sacks I had in the preseason? 0. You want to know the year I had 10.5 sacks? You know how many sacks I had in the preseason? 0. You want to know the year I had 0 sacks? How many sacks I had in the preseason? 0. Because it don't matter. All right? So that's preseason for you. I tell you, the Detroit Lions were 4-0 one year in the preseason, 2008. They went 0-16, big dog. It's not real football. Second about it, I hated the preseason for this reason. Fast starters get rewarded, get bumped up. Guys who come out there in 2 or 3 series and they just light it up, make a play, cut his touchdown, whatever. You start thinking and projecting, oh, my God, if he played 4 quarters, if this was real, oh, my God, he going to light it up. No, he ain't. And I'll give you this case in point. I played against the Buffalo Bills after I left Buffalo as a San Diego Charger. First 3 plays of the game, sack, and then a tackle for loss. After 1 series, sack, tackle for loss, you're like, Wiley about to go for 90 sacks today. Wiley about to set a record today. You want to know what my final stat line was? That
2 sacks, 2 sacks,
and a tackle for loss. Rest of the game, spit, spunt, triple team. It was a wrap. Point being, Cam Newton is not going to sit there and lose his job to a fast starter. Cam, look at Mac Jones. Mac Jones could throw a touchdown. People going to say applause as our backup. We are solidified in the quarterback room.
What you said was accurate, but what you said was not complete.
Okay.
When talking ball, I rarely have more experience than you. But I got way more preseason experience than you. Because your boy was a backup. Yeah. So I played more in the preseason.
But don't act like that University of Texas ain't bigger than what I did.
Whatever. Way more preseason experience.
Let's hear this preseason experience. What?
The preseason cannot help you, which is why Marcellus Wiley, I think you are right. But the preseason can definitely hurt you. 2013, I led the preseason in tackles. Somebody fact check me. I was either first or I was second. I still got cut. Let's not get it twisted.
Yeah,
led the entire preseason in tackles. The last preseason game against the New York Jets, I had 9 tackles, a sack, and a forced fumble. Balled. I was like, oh, I'm safe. Because at the end of the day, I'm still playing the game of football professionally against some quality players. Like, everybody ain't sorry.
Yeah, you're right.
Still got cut. Taught me that day, preseason can't necessarily help you. But, boy, can it hurt you. I know if you go out there in the preseason and don't play well, it can hurt you. Because, to your point, preseason's not real. You're not actually playing against the best of the best of the best, playing their best. So if you, Cam Newton, aren't playing against the best, and if those who you aren't, or if you're not playing against the best and they're not playing their best, you should for sure dominate, unless you're not playing your best, or unless you are not the best. So Cam, if you can't dominate people who aren't the best, and people who aren't the best that are not playing their best, then because we know you better be playing your best. You ain't got no reason to go out there and just go through the motions. You ain't that good still in our mind. You are good, but not in our mind based on what we've seen. So, Sel, I don't think he can gain anything. And I agree with the large majority of your take. I'm just taking your take and reconstructing the truth around it just based upon the fact of, like, you can't gain, to your point, but I think you can lose.
You can lose based on who you are. Based on your equity already with the franchise. Are you a bubble player, basically?
True.
You can't be ugly and got a bad attitude. Like, basically what I'm saying. Like, dog, you can't be on the fence and this how you play? All right, we good. Yeah, you're going to get hurt in preseason. I'm not talking about that for Cam Newton. Cam Newton's not that guy. Cam Newton's going to be on the roster regardless of the preseason. We're having a conversation, is he going to be the starter tonight, going forward, all the way through the regular season? We can have that conversation. But Cam Newton's going to be a Patriot this year. After this year, he will never be a Patriot again. I give you that. But I want to give it to you like this. I love your take because it's accurate. Like, I know people that live the existence I'm talking about, and I know people that live the existence you're talking about. So both things can be correct. Here's the thing, though. You don't always have to dominate in lesser competition moments. You don't always have to dominate someone who's not that good. I'll give you this. The reason I got into the league is I went to an Ivy League school, Columbia University. Y'all know our reputation ain't that good. I get it. There's Alabama, and then somewhere between there, some other schools, and then there's Columbia somewhere at the bottom. In reputation. I knew that going in. Not a problem. You would expect someone who's going to get